Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Soul Speaks, the Soul Group podcast dedicated to health and safety. Today we're talking about something that affects all of us, especially from June to September. Heat, or rather, heat risk at work. Whether you drive a vehicle, handle cylinders in a yard, work in a production plant, or go in and out of people's homes. In summer, all of us have to deal with temperatures that aren't just uncomfortable. Sometimes they're a real risk to our health. Over the next 10 minutes, I'll explain, in simple terms, what heat risk is, how to behave while working, what measures to take to reduce it, and, above all, how to recognize the signs of heat stroke and what to do if it happens to us or to a colleague. So, what exactly is heat risk? Our body works well at an internal temperature of around 37 degrees. When it's very hot, the body tries to cool down, mainly by sweating. But when the heat is too intense, lasts too long, or the air is very humid, this cooling system starts to struggle. Experts call it heat stress. In practice, the body can no longer get rid of excess heat, and the internal temperature starts to rise. That's when the problems begin. Pay attention to an important point. It's not just the temperature we read on the thermometer that matters. Humidity matters too. When humidity is high, sweat evaporates more slowly, so it cools us far less. That's why a day at 30 degrees with high humidity can be more dangerous than a dry day at 35. And then there's physical effort. The more we move and exert ourselves, the more heat we produce from within. Direct sun exposure matters, and clothing matters. Sometimes the protective equipment, PPE, we wear for other risks traps heat. The authorities, I'm thinking of INEL in Italy and the Work Climate Project, but also the European Agency for Safety and Health at Work, have developed tools to measure all this. There's the heat index, for example, which combines temperature and humidity. You don't need to calculate it yourselves. What matters is that you know that when a heat alert is issued, it has to be taken seriously. Who is most exposed and when? The risk is highest for those who work outdoors and in the sun, for those doing intense physical activity, and for those working in hot, poorly ventilated environments. Think of work in our yards and depots during the central hours of the day. Think of a vehicle cab parked in the sun, which turns into an oven in a matter of minutes. Think of our home care colleagues who, over the course of a day, get in and out of the vehicle dozens of times. There are also personal conditions that increase the risk: age, certain chronic illnesses, some medications, and also not being used to the heat. What's called a lack of acclimatization. That's why the first days of a heat wave, or the return to work after the holidays, are delicate moments. One thing worth knowing, during heat waves, several regions and countries issue ordinances that strongly limit outdoor work during the hottest hours, usually from 12:30 to 4 in the afternoon. For those exposed to the sun and doing intense physical activity, when the risk is classified as high. These rules are there to protect us. They must always be respected. So how should we behave while working? Let's look at the good habits. First rule, the most important, drink water regularly, even when we don't feel thirsty yet. Thirst arrives when we're already behind. The advice is to drink small amounts, often throughout the day. Let's avoid alcohol, drinks that are too sugary, and ones that are ice cold. And go easy on coffee. They don't help. In fact, some of them encourage dehydration. Second rule, take breaks in the shade or in a cool ventilated place. It's not wasted time. It's how we give the body a chance to cool down before starting again. Third, organize the work to make the most of the cooler hours. The heaviest tasks, where possible, should be moved to early morning or late afternoon, leaving the central hours for lighter tasks or work under cover. Fourth, dress well for the heat. Light, breathable, light-colored clothing. Protect your head when you're in the sun. And let's not forget exposed skin. Face, neck, arms, the back of the neck. Apply a high protection sunscreen, at least SPF 30, ideally 50, and reapply it during the day, especially when sweating a lot. Sunburn isn't just a nuisance, it reduces the skin's ability to release heat, and so it exposes us to more risk. And when we wear protective equipment that traps heat, let's keep that in mind. Let's take more frequent breaks. Fifth, let's keep an eye on our colleagues. Heat sometimes clouds the judgment of the very person it's affecting. Watching each other's backs can really make the difference. And now, let's talk about the measures to reduce the risk. Part of it is up to the company. Assessing the risk linked to heat, providing water and shaded or cool areas, rotating tasks, training, like this podcast. There are also useful forecasting tools. Some European sites, including iNail's Work Climate platform, for example, provide heat risk forecasts for the coming days, location by location. They make it possible to plan ahead, rather than just enduring the day. But let's always remember one thing: the best measures only work if each of us plays our part. Reporting a problem, respecting breaks, not playing the hero in the sun. Caution here isn't weakness, it's competence. Now the most important part, recognizing the symptoms. Listen carefully, because recognizing them in time can save a life, ours or a colleague's. The first signs are often muscle cramps, perhaps in the legs or the abdomen, together with very heavy sweating. It's the body warning us, if we carry on, we can reach heat exhaustion. The signs are intense weakness, headache, dizziness, nausea, sometimes vomiting. The skin appears cold, pale and clammy, and there's heavy sweating. In this case, the body is under strain, but it's still reacting. Then there's the most serious condition, heat stroke. Here the body's cooling system is giving way. It's a genuine medical emergency. How do you recognize it? Body temperature rises very high, even above 40 degrees. And watch for this sign, because it's the one that makes all the difference. The skin becomes hot and dry, and often the person stops sweating. Confusion, disorientation, strange behavior, difficulty speaking appear, up to fainting or convulsions. Let me repeat the key sign. In heat exhaustion, the skin is cold, pale and sweaty. In heat stroke, the skin is hot and dry and the person is confused. Heat stroke doesn't wait. What to do in practice? If you notice the first signs in yourself or in a colleague, the first thing is just one. Stop. Stop the activity immediately. Then move, or move the person to a cool, shaded, ventilated place. Have them sit or lie down. Loosen their clothing. If they're conscious and lucid, have them drink slowly in small sips. You can cool them with cool water on the neck, forehead and wrists. If after about half an hour of resting in the cool the symptoms don't improve, you need to go to the emergency room. And then the most serious case, if the person is confused, not responding well, has hot dry skin, loses consciousness, or has convulsions. Don't waste time. Call 112 straight away, the single European emergency number or your local medical emergency number. While waiting for help, keep cooling the person's body and stay with them. And always inform your supervisor. In these cases, every minute counts. Right? Let's sum up. Heat at work is a real risk, but it's a risk we can manage. Drink often, take breaks in the shade, organize activities at the right hours, protect yourself from the sun, including with sunscreen, and keep an eye on your colleagues. And if something's wrong, recognize the signs and act immediately. Stop, get into the cool, and in the case of heat stroke, call for help immediately. Thank you for listening to this episode of Soul Speaks. Take care of yourselves and of each other. Have a good shift, everyone, and we'll talk soon.